Whales. Ballena.
Pink snapper.
Tuna.
The species in the waters around southern Asia are as plentiful as they are diverse. From the huge whale to the tiny little mollusk that produces an even smaller pearl.
HMAP Asia covers actually a very diverse area, and so it's very hard to say it has simply one characteristic. It covers Southeast Asia in particular down to Australia, to the coast of Australia. And so that's enormously wide and large geographical area with huge diversity of marine species.
The Asia project began in 2006, so it's a latecomer to the HMAP program.
Very complex.
At a day-long workshop, all of the researchers from the region meet for the very first time to present and discuss their respective works.
What I'm hoping to see from this workshop then is an exchange of ideas, feedback on work to date, ideas for the future and for synthesis.
Tuna long-lining fishery was introduced to Taiwan in the 1912.
6 ongoing HMAP studies are represented at this workshop.
However, states very optimistic and rapid business expansion was not very well financed.
They would normally see whales just offshore, like from standing from the beach, they would see the whales.
Jo Maria Sibes studies whaling in the Philippines and has confronted numerous obstacles while doing research in a developing country.
It's very difficult, especially in the beginning, because I couldn't really find anyone in our country, in the Philippines, who are working on the same topic, or even around Southeast Asia or other developing countries.
Paul Holm is the chair of HMAP and knows what kind of challenges the researchers are facing.
A lot of the information that we generate in the HMAP project is established in the old world. In Europe and America, the disciplines of history and archaeology are strong. In the developing world, those disciplines are comparatively less developed. There is a strong need to facilitate and to encourage historians and archaeologists in the developing world.
Jo Marie's work is met with several logistical dilemmas.
A lot of documents aren't found anymore. Historical documents normally do not stay in the country, if I can generalize. At least in the Philippines, that's the way it is. When the document's no longer there, you have to trace where it could have been, probably where the colonizers are. And a lot of them could have been also destroyed through the years, through wars, and also the difficulty of keeping them. So I think it's not the priority of most developing countries to preserve historical documents, especially about the marine area.
As the leader of the Asia project, Malcolm Toll faces yet another problem establishing a research program in the developing countries.
There aren't that many people with the expertise necessary to undertake research in marine environmental history. And one of the problems certainly has been finding researchers willing to take up the projects. I think there's immense scope for further research. I mean, really all we're doing with the current projects is scratching the surface.
Researchers in the Asia group all concur that they have benefited from the program in several ways.
Having the support from HMAP Asia people and them giving me like ideas or advice on where to look, whom to contact, was really a big help.
It established a very strong academic network. So the people, the scholars in this network can support one another.
Being able to talk to people who actually understood what I was talking about.
It's wonderful because it gives me the opportunity to present the results of my research so far to a series of experts, both here in Perth, Western Australia, and from overseas.
I'm really happy that in HMAP we have been able to establish teams in parts of the world such as Venezuela, in Southeast Asia, in Southern Africa, which have contributed enormously to establishing the HMAP as a truly global project.